Principle number one, spending is emotional. Have you ever heard of the guy who went down to the car dealership to pick up a couple of brochures and came home driving a new car? Yeah, spending is emotional. And have you ever heard of the woman who came home with new clothes because, well, they were on sale? Spending is emotional. When I buy myself an Oreo cookie shake on the way home because I've had a hard day, that's emotional spending. The significance is that we don't realize spending is emotional, we won't allow for it, and that creates problems. In addition to thinking that spending is emotional, we think spending is more like oranges. In math, you know that 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4. That's math. That's a budget. People try to manage their finances with the budget, and most of the time they fail because budgets are math. But we think spending is more like oranges. If you put 3 oranges on a shelf and come back with 2 more years later, you won't necessarily end up with 4 oranges. Somebody might have eaten one of your oranges, or they might have planted one of your oranges, or you've got a tree full of them. Well, that's how spending is. Unexpected things happen. A bad investment can happen. The market can drop. Cars can break. Sometimes we spend money just because we feel like buying something. Most importantly is the issue of neglect. If you neglect oranges, like by leaving them on the shelf, they'll rot. The same can be said about finances. With no plan or intentional direction, they will not do well. So what we have to do is make sure that we have the use principle number one and plan for emotional spending and avoid neglect.